Aren't you worried about going to Thailand and getting sick, having to go to the hospital there? You gonna get the same medical care you'll get in the United States or England, Australia? Doesn't that bother you? Aren't you worried? In today's video, we're gonna talk a little bit about healthcare in Thailand versus healthcare in the West, specifically America, because that's where I am right now. Just got my physical, but before I left, I interviewed a guy who got a physical in Thailand, and we're going to talk a little bit about the difference between what they do in Thailand versus what they do in, say, America. Let's get rolling. I'm going to get in my car, I'm going to head home, and we're going to dive into the subject here a little bit, because people always think, oh, you're going to get shit healthcare in Thailand. I mean, you know, why would you go to Thailand? They're not going to take care of you if you're sick. It's subpar healthcare. The hospitals are terrible. So I was gonna get this other checkup that these guys got in Thailand, but I said, you know what? I'm coming home. I'm gonna go see my regular doctor, get the regular physical exam that they would give for a 56 going on 57-year-old man in America. And we're gonna talk to my buddy, Dave, about his physical he just got in Thailand. And you're gonna see a world of difference. We're gonna talk about the costs, different things like that. Okay, before I get into my physical that I just had in America, let's meet up with my buddy Dave, and he's gonna tell you all about this physical that he just had at Bangkok Hospital. It's unbelievable. I'm here with my buddy Dave. What did they check on you? Like it was more than just like putting a stethoscope on your chest and hearing your heart, right?
Yeah, it was a full workup. I mean, they did. It was about a 4-hour exam,
Holy shit.
There's a whole list of stuff they go over. And when they, I mean, they just basically have a girl that just takes you from station to station to station to station. I mean, you go in there and do all your you know, blood pressure, all that stuff. Then they take you down and they do your stress test, and they take you over.
Stress test, like on the treadmill and everything?
Yeah, on the treadmill stress test.
Wow.
They take you and they do EKGs. They do a lab workup. They do, I mean, just about everything you can think of.
They did like an X-ray?
Yeah, full sonogram of your abdomen. They go through in detail and measure your different organs and the wall thicknesses and just see if you have any problems throughout. I mean, they're measuring, you know, your left, right kidney, your liver, your pancreas, your gallbladder, from the lower cavity all the way to the mid cavity.
Wow.
They do an X-ray of your lungs, check your lung capacity. They, I mean, you name it. It was the most thorough exam I've ever had in my life. I mean, it was a very detailed.
Basically, besides giving you like a CAT scan for your head, I mean, they're basically checking every place that you might have cancer or anything. That was part of the blood work, because there's several cancer screenings they go through. Okay.
They're checking all your thyroid. Your testosterone. They check everything. I mean, it's a very thorough test.
Wow.
It's not, you know, back in the States when I would go, basically the doctor would check my heart and then, you know, do blood work and okay, see you next year.
Right. Yeah.
This is not even close. I mean, they gave me a whole book full of all of my lab results, just all this detailed information of everything that was done. They give you your stress test. You get a copy of all your.
Is that when they do the EKG, like right after the stress test, or do they do it before, or part of it? Or?
They did the EKG before this.
Okay.
Before the stress test, when you were kind of at
normal,
a resting state. They check your bone density. They check your muscle mass. They check you know, your BMI and all that kind of stuff. They've, you know, they give you all your sonogram pictures from your internal cavity, your mid cavities. You know, that was the deal of basically your score of how you did.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Let's see. Got your name up, but like a chart, like of everything.
Yeah.
Holy cow! It gives you all your.
Yeah, all your kind of a detailed, you know, overview of how you are compared to other people, and you know, I mean, it's just, I mean, page after page. I mean, all this documentation and stuff. And, you know, X-rays.
X-ray, yeah.
I mean,
how much was that? How much was the exam?
The exam, it was like 20,000 baht total.
And was that like a spring special they're running?
Yeah, they have a special, but I think they always have a special.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
I've seen
always
it
a special
before.
going.
Yeah, this is at
Bangkok.
Pattaya Hospital, and I called one the other day, a different hospital in Bangkok that has a very similar, list of things that they check, and that one was even going for a couple can come and get 2 for 22,000 baht. A very similar thing. They feed you lunch. You go all day doing all these tests, but this one you don't have to go to Bangkok if you're in this area. I mean, it's a nice place there too.
Oh yeah, it's a nice hospital. They give you a CD with all this information on the CD if you want to send it to your doctor.
Wow.
They gave you lunch. They gave you a little food voucher for lunch. The week before that, I'd gotten a colonoscopy and a endoscopy.
Right. How much was that? All right, so you did a colonoscopy,
endoscopy. On that one, the EKG again. They did a full body scan also on that one too. They did all the blood work scanning too, and it was 42,000 baht, 600 baht for the whole thing.
But they put you under. I mean, that's a big thing. So
yeah, I went under on that one.
So just a little over $1,000.
Yeah, about $1,200 US. And it was very professional, very well done, and very, the thing I like about it is you go one place and everything's done. You're not going from building to building. It's all in the same place, and it's just, and it's very well organized. I mean, you start here, and it's just like you go here, then here, and there's somebody taking you to each place where they do the different testing or the different things. And there's no sitting around waiting for hours. It's pretty regimented. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go.
Okay.
And
I appreciate sharing your experience with these guys.
Yeah, if anybody is kind of hesitant about getting medical care here, I'm telling you, I was a little bit hesitant too, but now after doing this, I don't hesitate. I wouldn't worry about anything. I mean, it was very.
Well, they don't check. Like you said, I'm going, which part of this video is going to be about I'm going to get my physical at home in America, and we're going to see the difference between what we do here and what they do there, as far as checking out. And this is not like a second-rate hospital. This is modern technology, very modern hospital. It's as modern as any hospital I've ever been in America.
Yeah, the doctor spoke very good English. The nurses, their English was okay. I mean,
they're cute.
Yeah, they had some good-looking ones.
Hey guys, if you wouldn't mind just taking a minute right here in the video and subscribing to the channel, it would really help me out. I'd appreciate it.
But I mean, it was a very good experience. I mean, there was nothing that would make me worry about having to have a procedure done here in Thailand. At the end of everything, you go in there and you have a consultation with the doctor, and she goes over every single, I mean, it's probably a 30-minute talk that she goes through every single test, every page, all the stuff, and then she makes her recommendations, like you cut down on your sugar or exercise more, or whatever she thinks you should do. One thing about it is they're not afraid to tell you the exact truth. They don't sugarcoat it.
They don't. They're a little curt here. They just see the bedside manner, but that's good. You want to know what you want to know. You don't want to have them beat around the bush with you.
Yeah, they're not playing politics, and so if you get your feelings hurt, you might not like it. But if you want to hear the truth, they're going to tell you exactly what you need to start doing.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
okay, all right, man. Thanks.
Well, appreciate it.
Isn't that just insane? All those different procedures they did and tests that they did. So I just went to the doctor in America, and what did they do to me? I went and got my physical. I didn't ask for anything special, anything different. I just went in for my regular physical. It had been a while since I had one. So usually when I go, they give me an EKG every other year. So I was due for an EKG. That's where they hook up all the little monitors and they check your heart for 5 seconds and tell you, okay, it looks good. So they did the EKG. My doctor listened to my heart, did some different things as far as checking my stomach, checking, make sure I don't have a hernia, and sent me down the hall to get my labs done. They check cholesterol, whatever basic things you get checked in your blood work. I had my PSA checked because I had been worried about that. I've been monitoring the PSA, and that came out great. The only thing that was bad was my cholesterol was a little high. So now I got to take a little medicine for that. That's it. Just labs. They did a urine test, blood work, and a short physical and an EKG. It was about $510 for all that, compared to about the 20,000 baht that these guys paid in Thailand to just have almost everything checked. I mean, you're talking getting scanned from here down to your toes. I mean, it sounds like the only thing they didn't do was like a brain scan, like maybe a CAT scan on their brain, making sure there's no tumor on the brain, but literally they checked everything. I mean, testosterone, all that stuff. So next year, my plan is, I think I keep going to my doctor because I like my doctor. I've been going to him forever, and I do plan on, you know, maintaining part of my life in Michigan here. And so I do want to, you know, maintain that relationship with the doctor. But I think next year I'm going to go get this full physical here in Thailand and just take the results in to my doctor and just get a quick checkup. No labs, no blood work, none of that stuff, you know, because I'm going to have it all done in Thailand, and it's so extensive. It's just extensive stuff that they do here for just an insanely cheap amount of money. Now, what about if you get sick in Thailand? You know, you got to have an operation, a procedure, have something removed, you know. I've been there. I've been to the hospital a few times. I've had different moles removed. I had some outpatient little procedures. I actually stayed there for a few days. And I mean, like literally, the hospital room's like a hotel room. It is so nice. And the doctors all seem very well trained to me. Most of them speak really good English. A lot of them are Western trained. I'm very comfortable with the care that I get in Thailand. So when people ask me, aren't you worried about the medical there? I'm like, you know, I don't know. You know, what I read, they might be ranked higher than they are in America. So what am I worried about? What should I be worried about? I mean, the level of care that you get, you know, the ratio of nurses that you get, or the amount of times that you're checked in by the doctor is just blows America away. You would not believe it. So if that's something that you're concerned about coming out here, I wouldn't worry about it. I know a lot of guys that have gotten sick, like cancer things, you know, there's some other YouTube people I know, and they've chosen to stay in Thailand and get their care here because it's just top notch. It is. It's top notch. You know, when it comes to like, oh, Thailand, it's a third world country, second world. No, the medical care, if you go to the right hospitals, it's top notch. Now, there's government hospitals that are lower income hospitals, and it's far less money for us foreigners to go to, and a lot of the procedures are even free for some Thais. You know, there's a language barrier there. It's not quite the same care that you're going to get at a private hospital. So, you know, just like anything, you're going to a restaurant, you look on Google to see, oh, this is good food. You know, do your research, see what's a good hospital. I'm very comfortable with Pattaya Bangkok Hospital. So initially when I moved to that Pattaya area, I went in there and registered. They gave me like a little insurance card, and in case I get in a car accident or something, the ambulance people, they're going to see this little card, take me there. They already have kind of like a little pre-approval in case like it's a life-threatening thing that they don't have time to actually get the real approval to go ahead and get started on me, that they know my insurance is legitimate. And actually I have this Blue Cross insurance from Michigan, and they have an affiliation with Bangkok Hospital. That's actually one of their hospitals on their international list. It's called Global Core, and this is one of their hospitals in their it's kind of like an extended family, you know. It's not really like in their local directory, but it's in like their international directory. So they do have a relationship with them, and they work with them. So, you know, it's very smooth for me. If you're in Thailand and you need an insurance policy, you know, definitely get one. Don't be here without insurance. I'll have some links in the description. I've had a relationship with Pacific Cross. I'll put a link for that insurance. They can give you a full-blown estimate. I'll also put a link in. I have a couple different links for AXA, and what they'll do is they'll give you like an estimate online. Like you can just find out the price right online and apply for some insurance. It's a lot of this, what I'm offering here is insurance to get a certain type of visa, to make sure you can get the visa. Some of it's kind of the bare minimum just to be able to get the visa, but I'll put that link in there. Also, if you're coming here and you don't have insurance, or your insurance doesn't cover you here, make sure you get travel insurance. You know, you don't want to come to Thailand without travel insurance. So I'll put that link in there too. That's AXA, and that's probably the biggest carrier of travel insurance in Thailand. So just go ahead and check those links out. And hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully, you know, this alleviates one of your worries about coming to Thailand. And I'm very comfortable with it. Don't blame me if something bad happens, but I'm comfortable with it myself. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Like I said, please subscribe. Greeny out.